Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for next week's episode of the Walking Dead television series. That will be of Season 5, Episode 3, which is called Four Walls and a Roof. Alright, so I decided I'd try something different this week and go ahead and release this the night that Season 2 aired, so we're not waiting until the Monday. Just kind of right after, why not? So of course, Episode 2, spoilers for that. As always, if you guys haven't seen Episode 2, we're going to be predicting Episode 3. So, we're going to talk about what happened in Episode 2. We can't do predictions without it. So, major spoiler warning if you haven't seen Episode 2 yet. So, that said, it was pretty dead on with predictions last week. This week, hoping to be about the same. This episode coming up looks like it's going to be a heavy Sasha episode. We've got 3 clips, as always. I'll put the links in the description to each one. We've got the promo, which is about 30 seconds long. Then we got 2 sneak peeks, and they're pretty good this week. We've got all of them featuring Sasha for the most part. One reoccurring theme, it seems, throughout. Sasha figures out that Bob is missing pretty quickly. She goes out to the spot where he was. You can see the mark on the tree. It looks like the termites or the hunters. I don't even know what to call them now. Are they still terminus guys or hunters? I guess we'll call them hunters now. They put a cross on or a cut, a slash on the tree, which you can see. And my favorite out of all of them is probably the sneak peek number 2, where you have Sasha. She looks through the scope, and it's got night vision scope, so you can see the green. And right at the beginning, you can see somebody run away. So somebody run into the brush pretty far down from where she's looking. And then she kind of comes over and she sees a zombie coming towards her that she's going to have to immediately deal with. But this should be a really fun episode because this is based on the Fear of the Hunters, which I usually have it up there. But where the group is being stalked or hunted by Gareth and the others. And, it's 3 of them are missing. From what they know, they don't realize that Daryl and Carol were not with Bob and that they went off in some other direction. They probably couldn't imagine that they would go off of their own accord. Of course, not seeing from our vantage point, which is that they, of course, are possibly on the right track to finding Beth, of course. So everybody at the church is probably going to be freaked out like crazy, and it looks like from the sneak peeks right away they're going to be turning to Father Gabriel, looking for answers because it's quite convenient that they run into him. He survived all this time, and as we've seen what Rick's group has gone through to survive, they're probably not going to think that just some guy sitting in a church by himself is going to be able to make it when you have, the world gone to hell and, all these things happening, people like the governor out there, zombies all over the place, huge groups, termites who will even eat you, hunters, this kind of thing. It does seem pretty far-fetched that a guy like Gabriel would just be chilling there. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. I'm interested to see, is Gabriel in some way connected to the hunters? Is he completely by himself? Are they going to go along with the comic book series in this one? Are they not? Those of you who have read it know the interpretation from there. I've talked about it in my Who is Father Gabriel video, also in the description as well, so you can check that out if you missed it. So I'm just interested to see. It looks like they'll probably go along the exact same, route as the comic book series, but it does, from their perspective, sure as hell look like Gabriel's involved in some way. He's got something to do with it. It's just too conspicuous. So that he's just chilling there as all these things are happening. People are going missing. And how could he survive all this time when he hasn't even killed a single zombie or a single person? When we see our survivors, which was cool how they kind of coined that last episode. I like that little kind of Easter egg there. But yeah, it's too convenient that he'd still be around. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Of course, in the first promo as well too, we have Bob getting kicked by Gareth as he's probably trying to get up or something. Gareth kicks him in the head or something like that. So interested to see what happens with that as well too. Going to do the video. Was Bob bitten? Probably in a couple days prior to, of course, being captured by the hunters. Was he bitten by that walker that pulled him down into the water? That video will be posted Tuesday, I'm planning on. yeah, so it looks like a really exciting episode. We have all of those developments, and we also have the description, which is from AMC. They've released it. 4 walls and a roof. Rick and the others find themselves pitted against a group of nasty people. So could it be more accurate? Nasty is like, that's an understatement for what they do. That is an absolute understatement, I would say, for what we've seen from Gareth and the Hunters so far. So just crazy stuff, and really, really scary. Even in the sneak peek, when someone's running away, when Sasha looks through the scope, I'm interested to find out how many men Gareth still has. I'm interested to find out if Gabriel's connected in some way. And then, of course, the other major development is Daryl and Carol are chasing after the car which took Beth. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work out. I'm kind of expecting to see Beth in around episode 4, episode 5-ish, kind of see where she's at. That's my prediction for when I think we're going to see her again. And I don't think, based on what we saw in the trailer, they're going to be able to save her right away. So they're probably going to either lose the car, maybe the car that Carol and Daryl took is going to run out of gas, or something's going to happen like that. And who knows at this point? This is an interesting one, because will they become separated again? Will we have 2 groups that totally, completely get separated permanently, or will, when they, after they either lose the car or they find out where Beth's at, will they then go back to the group at the church and then help out? I'm assuming that's what's going to happen, but there were some clips and some kind of little things in filming that showed that Carol and Daryl were by themselves, were on their own, like pictures and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see how that works and how they work that in, whether or not we'll see Beth next week, whether or not we'll see Morgan again, and what his angle is, if he's going to join Rick's group, or what's going to happen. Is Beth going to survive? Lots of questions, and I really like how The Walking Dead over the seasons has really built up. We get characters killed off, yeah, we do, but they've built up a huge roster of awesome characters when you consider everybody out there in the zombie apocalypse world. We're definitely not short on characters, that's for sure, when you consider Morgan out there, Beth out there, possibly Morales returning, Daryl, Carol, Sasha, Bob, and they're building up some of these newer characters too. Like Sasha and Bob are fairly new, but they feel like at this point they've been with the group forever, don't they? Like when they're put in this kind of adversity, they feel like they're right at home, like they're a member of the group 100%. They've earned their spot at this point, even though they weren't there for the first 2.5 seasons, like 3 seasons almost. So awesome stuff. Really excited for next week's episode. Obviously, hopefully will be just as good as episode 2. I'm assuming it will, and I'm also interested to see how this kind of back and forth is going to play out. You got Rick's group. They're at the church. They're missing 3 of their strongest people. Definitely Daryl and Carol, 2 of the strongest people they've got to fight against the Hunters. They don't know what's happening. The Hunters know where they are. Rick's group doesn't know where the Hunters are at. They've got this guy, Gabriel. Is he a spy? Is he, they can't trust him. And, it looks like things are going to shit pretty fast. So even though they just got out of Terminus, it almost feels like they're not totally out of the woods yet. So, in terms of predictions, I think that's about all I can say for the upcoming episode. I'm just hoping for another great episode. I'm hoping to see. I'm thinking the Hunters will probably last us through maybe 5-6 episodes. I'd be surprised if they went all 8 episodes to the mid-season finale with the Hunters there. Don't you think? That'd be a little bit, because at the pacing they're going, it seems like we'll probably see a resolution of the Hunters within a few episodes, maybe a couple. So if you guys missed my review, because I am posting this pretty early, it's in the channel, episode 2 review. Definitely check it out. Do me a favor, check it out. I think you'll like it anyway if you missed it. Going to do the Bob video coming up. If you guys have any other video suggestions, please send them to me for things we can talk about for this week. I hope we get to see a better snapshot of Gareth's group and what he's got. That's probably the biggest thing I want to see. What is Rick's group up against? Because right now we don't really know how many numbers Gareth has, or what's going on with him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that. Do some predictions of your own. I will say though, there's been people posting the actual events in the comments. Please do me a solid. Please don't post the actual script or the actual events in the comments below. And sorry if I'm a little passionate when I say that. The reason why is because I end up reading them, a lot of people end up reading them, and then it affects our viewing, when we actually watch it. See, what I'm doing here, what we're doing is we're doing predictions, meaning we don't know for sure what's going to happen, right? We don't know. We're trying to have some fun and predict. Some will be right, some will be wrong. It doesn't take away from the impact of the episode, right? But when you just post, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, because you got a leaked script, you just ruin it. So please, if you know what's going to happen, if you've got the spoilers, inside info, please keep it to yourself. Do us a favor. Those of you who don't know exactly what's going to happen, like me, want to predict based on some things, please write it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Gabriel at this point, whether or not you think he's a spy. Let me know what you think is going to happen to Bob, if him, and also how many men Gareth has, and also what's going to happen with the Daryl Carol situation, trying to find Beth. Do you think they'll find her? Do you think they'll lose the car? The car will lose them. Just what do you think is going to happen all around? I want to hear what you guys think about this one, because season 5 is looking amazing so far. I think season 5 could be our best season ever, The Walking Dead. Anyway, if you guys want to do me a solid favor, please do. Please thumb up the video below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please add it to your favorites list. I would appreciate it. Helps me out. And I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.